Hello friends. The rules for phone scammers are not the same for every family, so listen close and find your group, because the trick aimed at your situation might be different from the trick aimed at your neighbors. Scammers study who picks up the phone, and they build a different lie for each kind of life. Today we are breaking this down into 5 groups, so you can hear exactly which trick is built for you or for someone you love, and exactly what to do about it. Stay with us through all 5. Because even if the first group is not you, the third or the fourth one might be your sister, your husband, or your best friend from church. Before we go further, if this kind of honest, practical help matters to you, hit subscribe and tap that bell now. We say this early because scammers do not send a warning before they call, so you will not get a personal heads up either. We are your heads up. Let's start with Group 1. This is for grandparents, generally age 65 and up, who have grandchildren they love and worry about. Most people in this group assume that if something terrible happened to a grandchild, they would hear it first from their own son or daughter, calmly, in a normal voice. That assumption is exactly what scammers count on breaking. The scam here is called the grandparent scam, and it works like this. You get a call, and a young voice says, "Grandma, it's me," sounding upset, maybe crying, maybe saying their nose is broken or their voice sounds different because they got hurt. Then a second person gets on the phone claiming to be a lawyer, a bail bondsman, or a police officer, saying your grandchild is in jail after a car accident and needs bail money sent right now, often through gift cards or a wire transfer, and often with a warning not to call the parents because that could make the situation legally worse. None of that last part is true. No real bail process asks for payment in gift cards, and no real police officer will ever tell you to keep your own family in the dark. Let's put a number on this. The Federal Trade Commission and the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center have both reported that grandparent scams frequently ask for amounts between $2,000 and $9,000, often sent in pieces to avoid suspicion at the store. If a family member sends just $3,000 once, thinking it is a one-time emergency, and scammers later target them again, even a single repeat loses another few thousand. That is real grocery money, real medicine money, gone in an afternoon. Your one action: hang up, then call your grandchild or their parent directly using the phone number already saved in your phone, not a number the caller gives you. If you cannot reach them in a few minutes, that is the moment to call your local police non-emergency line, not the number the caller provided. Group 2 is for parents whose adult children are still building their lives, roughly ages 55 to 75, parents who are used to occasionally helping out financially and proud of being able to do it. Most people in this group assume a scam call would feel obviously fake, full of bad grammar or a strange accent. That assumption is outdated. Today's version is called the family emergency or kidnapping scam, and it sometimes uses voice cloning technology that copies a few seconds of your real child's voice from a social media video, then uses artificial intelligence to make new sentences in that same voice saying they have been kidnapped or are in danger and need money wired immediately, with the threat that telling anyone, even police, will get them hurt. The Federal Trade Commission has confirmed that voice cloning scams are a rising category of fraud, specifically because 3 seconds of audio from a public video is now enough for cheap software to recreate a convincing voice. If a parent panics and wires $5,000 overseas in the first 10 minutes of a call like this, that money is almost never recoverable once it crosses certain borders. Your one action: agree on a family safe word now, today, that everyone in your family knows and that no scammer could guess. And if a panicked call ever comes in, calmly ask for that word before doing anything else. While we are in the middle of these groups, here is something simple. If you are watching and thinking of the exact person this applies to, type their name or just the word "mine" in the comments below. It helps us know which group is hitting home the hardest, and it takes 5 seconds. Group 3 is for seniors who are recently widowed or recently divorced, often newly managing money alone for the first time in decades. Most people in this group assume scammers only target people who seem confused or forgetful. That is not how scammers choose targets. They specifically search public records like obituaries and divorce filings because a newly single person is, statistically, more isolated and has fewer people double-checking financial decisions with them day to day. The scam aimed at this group is often the romance scam, where someone reaches out online, builds a relationship over weeks or months, becomes affectionate and trusting, and then introduces a financial emergency, a stuck shipment, a medical bill overseas, an investment opportunity that needs your help to unlock. The Federal Trade Commission has reported that romance scam losses are commonly in the tens of thousands of dollars per victim because the relationship building happens slowly and each request feels small compared to the last one. If someone sends $1,000 in month 1, then $4,000 in month 2, then $10,000 in month 4, the running total can pass $15,000 before anyone else in the family even knows the relationship exists. Your one action: tell one trusted family member or friend about any new online relationship within the first month, before any money changes hands, and agree together that any request for money is an automatic pause button, not something to decide alone that same day. Group 4 is for seniors managing Medicare, Social Security, or other government benefits, generally age 65 and up, who are used to getting official-sounding mail and calls about their coverage. Most people in this group assume that if a caller already knows their Medicare number or part of their Social Security number, the call must be legitimate, since how else would they have it? That assumption is dangerous, because scammers often already have partial information from data breaches, and they use it specifically to sound credible. This is the Medicare or Social Security impersonation scam, where a caller claims your benefits are about to be suspended, your card needs to be reissued, or you are owed a refund, and they need you to verify your number or pay a fee to keep your coverage active. The real Social Security Administration and the real Medicare program will never call and threaten to suspend your benefits over the phone, and they will never ask you to pay anything to keep coverage you already have. The Social Security Administration's own Inspector General has confirmed that benefit suspension threats by phone are always a scam, with no exceptions. If someone pays a fake $300 reactivation fee once, and then gives the scammer their full Social Security number during the same call, the bigger danger is not the $300. It's the identity theft that can follow for years afterward. Your one action: hang up and call Social Security directly at 1-800-772-1213, or Medicare directly at 1-800-633-4227, using those numbers from memory or from your card, never a number given to you on the suspicious call. Group 5 is for caregivers and family members who help an older parent or relative manage bills, medications, or daily errands. Most people in this group assume that because they check in often, they would immediately notice if their parent was being scammed. In reality, embarrassment is part of the scam's design. Many older adults who realize, even partway through a call, that something feels wrong will still finish the transaction, rather than admit to a caregiver that they almost fell for something, because they are afraid of losing independence or being treated as less capable. This group needs to watch for the tech support scam, where a pop-up on a computer or a phone call claims a virus has been found, and a technician asks for remote access to the computer or for payment in gift cards to fix it. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has reported that tech support scams targeting older adults frequently total losses between $500 and $3,000 per incident. And remote access can also expose banking logins stored on the computer, multiplying the damage far beyond that first payment. Your one action as a caregiver: set up a simple, judgment-free house rule together that any call or pop-up asking for money or remote computer access gets a phone call to you before any response. No exceptions, no embarrassment. Here is the one thread running underneath every group we just covered. The Social Security Administration, Medicare, your bank, and your real family will never need you to act in the next 10 minutes. Scammers built their entire script around stealing your time, because a calm person who pauses to check is a person who usually does not lose money. No real institution rushes you. That single fact protects every single group we named today. While we are here, if you have already caught yourself almost falling for one of these, or you have caught a parent or grandparent in the middle of one, tell us in the comments which group it was. It helps other families recognize the same pattern faster, and it helps this video reach more people who need to see it. Let's bring this all the way home with one more layer of protection that applies to every group equally: your local resources. Every state has a state health insurance assistance program, often called SHIP, which gives free, unbiased help with anything Medicare-related, including reporting suspected scams. And you can find your local SHIP office through Medicare directly at 1-800-633-4227. Every area also has an area agency on aging, which can connect you to local elder fraud resources, transportation, and caregiver support, often through a simple local phone listing for Area Agency on Aging in your county. These are not sales organizations. They exist specifically to help, and they are already paid for by programs you have contributed to your whole working life. Now let's recap by group, so you remember the one action that matters most for you. Group 1, grandparents. Hang up on any emergency call and dial your grandchild's parent directly using your own saved number. Group 2, parents of adult children. Set a family-safe word today, before any call ever comes in. Group 3, widowed or divorced seniors. Tell a trusted person about any new relationship before sending any money, and treat every money request as a pause, not a decision. Group 4, anyone managing Medicare or Social Security. Remember that real benefits are never threatened over the phone, and call 1-800-772-1213 or 1-800-633-4227 yourself if you ever feel unsure. Group 5, caregivers. Build a no-embarrassment house rule that pauses every suspicious call or pop-up until you talk it through together. If any part of this applied to you or to someone you love, please share this video with them today, not next week. A 5-minute share now could be the exact thing that stops a call from working later. And if you want more honest, plain English help like this, protecting your money, your benefits, and the people you love, subscribe to this channel, because we will keep finding the real rules in real numbers for real families like